Hi guys, it's Hayden Crawford here from the Dreamtime Academy and welcome to today's live Starseed Numerology Insights. You know what it's all about. I'm here to help you to learn more about what you're here to do and actually where you're from. Now, we can get all that information from your date of birth, so I can look at what's on for you across the three planes of existence, so mental, emotional and physical. And from that, I can actually look at where your starry origin is. So we know that by the position of your sun at the time you were born, it allows portals to open up for your soul to be able to come through onto the earth plane. And that can be through from the Pleiades or Arcturus, Lyra or Sirius or Andromeda like me, or one of many other different constellations as well. So today it's all about you. I'm going to be looking at your dates of birth. I'm going to be using my trusty Starseed Numerology board, and I'm going to reveal some insights about you using the incredible color therapy system that I work with that dates back to Atlantis, which is called the Color Mirrors. Hello, Tatiana, how are you? And a Banshee is here, a Banshee, and you're born on the 11th of the 2nd or the 2nd of the 11th, 1991. If you can clarify that for me. If you can put your date of birth, please, as date, month, year, please. Makes my life a bit easier. Otherwise, I'm forever trying to guess whether it's your month or your actual day of birth that you put in first. Good morning, Ram. Nice to see you. It's too hot. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. Whereabouts again are you living, Ram? I can't remember. Tatiana, you're the 5th of February, 1996. Fantastic. I'm going to pull out one of my Starseed cards for you, just to give you some insights for anyone who's watching this today, because this is kind of like a collective message for you. Ooh, and it is the Whale and Orca Elders, the Whale and Orca Elders that's come through. Good morning, Tone Tegman from Sweden. Nice to see you here. How are you? And it's Lowestoft in the UK. I'm surprised actually that it's hot in the UK, but I suppose it does get hot there, doesn't it, from time to time? Hi, Gerald. Nice to see you. How are you today, Gerald? Are you doing well? Okay, so this is about sharing your song, the Whale and Orca Elders, and it's about, you know, the frequency of sound and diving deep. All right. So when we talk about sharing your song, we're really just about looking at your own individuality and choosing to share that instead of trying to be like somebody else. You know what it's like. You know, if we are trying to mimic other people, we're not really shining our own light onto the planet. So we've got to, you know, sort of go deep within ourselves, you know, and sometimes that's through meditation, through the subconscious, you know, and tap into our golden gifts, because then we can share those with the people around us. So it might be that you're an artist, it might be that you're a musician or a poet, or you might just be a really great mom, you know. So whatever your gifts are, shine those out into the world and don't try and be like anybody else. So how's everyone feeling today? I'm going to go to you, Tone Tegman, to begin with, from Sweden. And you're the 12th of February, 1976. Okay, so the 12th of Feb, 1976. And Tone, is that a male or female name, please? I'm not sure. Yeah, you don't get that much great weather, do you? I know, in the UK. I used to live there, remember? I lived there for the first, like, what was it, about the first 40 years of my life? Is that, no, the first 36 years? I can't even remember. I don't even remember when I left, but I was there for a freaking hell of a long time. And I'm glad that I'm not there anymore. So it's female. Okay, brilliant. So what I can see straight away for you, Tone, is you're very sensitive, aren't you? You've got a great sensitivity and you're quite intuitive as well. So actually, I'd say that you've got good gut first reactions with people. So if you like them when you meet them, you're usually right. They're usually good people. Now, the interesting thing about you is you're like me, that you don't have any arrows within your birth chart. And the way I'm sort of reading that is because you can't join the dots, you know, or the numbers. It's like playing tic-tac-toe, or it's like playing noughts and crosses, but with numbers. There's no, you know, diagonal, horizontal, or physical ways that you can connect up your numbers. So that means that one of your biggest lessons, Tone, is wise assertiveness. I don't miss it. You're right. I don't, Ram. I don't miss the UK at all. I was from the northeast originally, from a place called Stokesley it's in Cleveland, and it was all right when I lived up there. And then when we moved down south, and I went to university in Kent in Maidstone to art school and film school, and that was okay as well. But it was I think that just over the years, I just got so fed up, especially in January, you know, and after Christmas and stuff, where there was nothing going on and it got so cold. I don't like wearing lots of clothes. I prefer to be naked. All right, so we can also see with you, Tone, so it's wise assertiveness when this combination comes in. All right, so you've got to learn how to assert yourself in a wise way, but it also means that you're very adaptable. So, Tone, you are very adaptable. You know, you can basically put you into any situation and you know, in life, and you do quite well, you know, so any job or anything like that. Now, you do have an isolated 7 here. Now, the 7 is about sacrifice, and this is one of the 3 areas that you might need to learn to sacrifice in your life, either love, health, or money. One of those 3 things. And because it's isolated, that pattern might keep on repeating itself again and again and again until you've learned the lesson, and then it can go away. So, for example, it could be that you love and lose, love and lose, love and lose, and love and keep, or you might make money, lose money, make money, lose money, make money, lose money, or you might get sick, get well, get sick, get well. So you're looking at one of those 3 things that that can be a challenge or an obstacle for you there. Hello, Shannon. How are you? Shannon Widnans. And you're from the Netherlands as well. So I must have chosen a good time today to catch my Nordic friends. You know, so I've got someone here from Sweden and the Netherlands. There you go. So it's really cool. So yeah, so we can see you're very sensitive because the 1 is masculine and the 2 is feminine. And when you've got more than 1 2, or you've got an amplification of your 2 energy, it means that you're very intuitive and you're very sensitive. But your male energy is in balance there. Sometimes you can react to emotional situations instead of respond to them. So that's a way that the 2 1s can play out, because it's kind of balanced male energy. So you have got very good listening skills as well as good talking skills, but because there's no 5, which is the center of your emotional plane, it just means that you might react. You might be reactive, you know, so you might need to learn that. What time is it there, Shannon, then in the Netherlands? Tell me what time it is. And then I can always, for my lovely Nordic friends, I can always go live, you know, every so often so I can catch you guys. Okay, so you're very creative, Tone. Okay, we know this because you've got a 6. The 6 is creativity, as well as its opposite, which is destruction or worry and anxiety. It's expressed negatively. If you're living negatively, then the 6 can be expressed like that. However, you know, I feel like for you it is a very it's a positive. You like the home, you know, you like being creative within the home, and the family are very important to you as well. You've got a 9, which is your ambition and idealism, and your second biggest influence is a day number 3. Now we get that from adding up the 1 and the 2 from the 12 in your date of birth, and then that creates 3. Now 3 means that you're probably very inspired by music, lyrics, poetry, writing. You know, you might go through periods where you go through low self-esteem, low self-confidence, because that's kind of like the shadow pattern of the 3. And the 3 is Jupiter energy in the color mirrors system, which is this beautiful coral over coral bottle. Now, Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, so it wants expansion. So anyone with the day number 3, they are more aligned to the arts than the sciences. They want to grow and evolve, but they have to learn self-acceptance. So it's one of your kind of lessons in life. The 3, you know, might be fun-loving when they're living positively and friendly and sociable, and, you know, like all of that type of thing within their life experience. But they can be very critical and judgmental when they are living negatively, because the 3 is left brain. It's like your imagination, your memory, your sense of analytical skills. But you will be inspired by getting involved in social community-based projects. So remember, guys, if you're watching this today and you're liking what you're seeing, please like the video, okay? And make sure that you share it with your friends and your family, or anyone that you feel would benefit from getting some free insights, some Starseed Numerology insights with me today, like I'm doing for Tone. Now, Tone says, so accurate. There you go. Well, you see, the thing about this, Tone, is colors and numbers never lie, because it is the language of light. So we know we can rely on this information is always very, very accurate. But your biggest influence within your birth chart is actually your ruling number. And we get that from adding up all of the numbers in your date of birth and reducing it down to its lowest common denominator. All right. So what we can see then is you've got the 9, 10, 17, 9, 10, 17, 8, 9, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28. So you're a ruling number 10. Now, I've actually just bathed in this bottle about 2 or 3 hours ago, and this is called the Wheel of Fortune. And this asks you to remember who you were during your incarnation within ancient Egypt. So this is the goddess Isis that gave birth to the sun. And actually, I found out during my bathing session with this bottle earlier on that I was actually called Doric. It was one of my lifetimes during ancient Egypt. And I was a holder of a key to some labyrinths that exist under, well, it was connecting up the Temple of Artemis with the Great Pyramids of Giza. And I had a partner in crime, and she was called Eugenia, and she was a beautiful ancient Egyptian princess, and she betrayed me. And so I had to kind of see the lesson in that. And it was actually to stand in my own authentic power and wisdom. And actually, this bottle is all about, it's a soft, feminine, authentic power and wisdom that can never be abused. So a lot of the time when you're a ruling number 10, you have that soft, feminine power and energy. And actually, you know, it's at the Wheel of Fortune. If you think about it, you know, it's a manifester, you know, it's bringing good fortune in the wake. So for you, you are somebody, if you give oranges to you, you'll make orangeade, or if you give you lemons, you'll make lemonade. You know, it's that type of thing. So you're a manifester, but you're also a leader, but you don't lead with ego. So it means you're very adaptable. So you can put you into any job and you do quite well. Okay, so that's kind of who you are. But some of your friendships might remain a little bit superficial because you don't really want people knowing what's going on for you. But it means you can have your own business. So you could make a good salesperson, or you know, have your own business because you like to do things kind of on your own, you know, because the one is singular. So so Tone, leave a few comments and let me know what you think of your insights so far. So you've got some beautiful colors, you know what, with that beautiful day number 3 coral energy, and then that gorgeous Wheel of Fortune, which is gold, which is your value, you know, your authentic power and wisdom, over olive green, which is a soft feminine energy that can never be abused. So Tatiana says, thought it's going to be different. Good morning, dear Shannon. There you go. So I'm glad that you're all having a bit of a chin wag. And Gerald says, I'm good, thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day today. I've literally, like, I've prioritized my own needs today. That's what I did, Gerald. So I had a beautiful bath and I poured the whole bottle of, this beautiful remedy here. And I went to the gym this morning as well. So I was in the gym for 3 hours and then I bathed, and it was just so refreshing and rejuvenating to kind of understand where the origins of this fear of betrayal have come in for me. Okay, and it was because of that past life in ancient Egypt. There you go. So so you're the ruling number 10 person as well, Tone. So Tone, leave a few comments, let me know what you thought. Remember this, I'm only giving you some little insights based around your date of birth to wet your whistle today. If you want something more substantial, then I have continued my my special offer on the Starseed Numerology Reports all the way through June. So they are on special through June for only 59 Australian dollars, and that will look at your name chart and your birth chart side by side, because we can only really get a very accurate interpretation of excuse me, your birth chart and your name chart if we see them side by side, because one can either balance or reinforce or compound the influences on the other. So we can look at your soul urge, which is your deepest inner yearning, so what your soul wanted to experience during this lifetime, and your outer expression, which looks at how you're perceived by the outside world from your living name. And that's not necessarily the name on your birth certificate, it's the name that you like to go by. So for example, for me, I like to go by Hayden. You know, for you, Tone, you probably go by Tone, I should imagine. And then so we would look at that, and we'd also look at your peak years of maturity. Okay, so when you go through phases of 9 years which carry a numerical influence, which are very predictive about your future, And we also look at where your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So, you know, it's difficult to be able to get that information just purely from your numerology. You have to combine astrology and numerology and the position of your sun at the time you were born to be able to accurately find out where the portals opened up from which star system. And then we can reveal that for you within the report as well. So it's like a 20-page handcrafted report. Okay, that isn't computer generated. So they do take about 7 to 10 business days to create. But if you'd like one of those, then you can purchase one of those, no problem whatsoever. I'll put a link in the comments section here for you. Okay, and the same applies to anyone watching today who's been, you know, sort of titillated by what I'm doing, and you'd like to order one of those. Okay, so just message me afterwards. Now, Shannon, I'm going to come to you next. So that was you, Tone. Let me know what you thought. Did that make sense for you? Yeah. And Shannon. Okay. So Ram says, I actually slept last night for a change after getting 3 imperfect paintings done yesterday. I have a problem with creating things I don't see as perfect. Oh, me too. When I used to paint, that was my big problem as well. Ram. Yeah, I would kind of be the one that just didn't like the work that I created because I would always go, oh, I could have done it better, you know. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You just have to remember that, you know, we kind of, different people enjoy different things. Hello, Donald Cardoso. Whereabouts do you live, Donald? Cardoso. That sounds Italian or something to me. Are you still there, Shannon? May the 5th, 1993. Okay. So May the 5th, 1993. Hi, Sarah. It's super late stroke early here. Oh, so what time are you talking, Sarah? Is it like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or something? And you were born in Vledhoven, near the Netherlands. There you go. Gerald says, you set such a great example for someone who wants to be spiritual enlightened. I always follow you. I feel I can learn a lot from you. I'm still amazed by the meditation you did the other day. Was that the meditation that I did in my Facebook group, Andromedans, Gerald, or was that a meditation that I did in here? So it's 2:51 a.m. What are you doing up, Sarah? You must be shattered. Oh, Vledhoven is a town in the south of the Netherlands. Ah, interesting. So are you still there, Tone? Tone, if you are still there, can you leave me a few comments and let me know what you thought of your insights today? Okay, so Shannon, you are a Taurian. My sister's a Taurian as well, and actually my husband's sister, she's a Taurian as well. They can be like bulls in a china shop. They can be very stubborn, but they're in love with the idea of being in love as well because they're ruled by Venus, you know. So that's quite an interesting thing about them. Now, Shannon, what we can see for you is you're a day number 5, and you've also got this arrow of determination. So this is a positive arrow within your birth chart. It means that you've got great persistence in your life to be able to achieve your goals and dreams, which is a great thing, isn't it? You might not necessarily use it, but it's there for you. So this is a positive strength. Now, when you've got 2 5s like that, the 5 in the color mirrors system is this bottle here, which is called Mercury. So it's green over green. It's beautiful, isn't it? And Mercury is very fluid and very flowing. You know, the Mercury is kind of, you know, wants freedom, you know, but it feels things very intensely. So for you, when you've got 2 5s, it's like you feel things very, very intensely, don't you, Shannon? And it's almost like you've got a big desire for freedom, having a day number 5 as well. It's almost like you don't like feeling restricted. You want to travel. You want to meet people, different places, different cultures. If any part of you wants to hide, then it will make life quite difficult for you. So you have to, you know, through the course of your life, as part of your soul's evolution, you have to let go of like old masks that no longer serve you. Yeah, so really, you know, the 5 is about communication, versatility. You know, it wants to It wants to be free. Okay, and it likes change. Now, green in color therapy is, it's all about space. So for you, it's very important that you've got your own space for your own heart-related healing. So set your boundaries. Things like that are very important for you. So Tone says, I'm so grateful for the reading. I have had a problem with money, no money, sickness, health, a lot of often on moods. And now I'm finally in balance, and the leader in me can shine. Fantastic. I'm really pleased to hear that. That's really good, Tone, because it can become, it's almost like a karmic pattern. It can become a bit burdensome when you don't learn the lessons from it. But once you have, you can almost like transcend the karma attached to it and become that leader that you came here to be, you see. The meditation in Facebook. Great. Listen, guys, as well, like if you want to join my Andromedans Facebook group as well, feel free to. I do Starseed masterclasses in there about once every 2 or 3 weeks. And we touch on subjects like aligning with your multidimensional self, decoding the Andromedan blueprint. We do some really cool things, sort of like looking at ascension symptoms and how to, to sort of unwrap them so that we can understand what's going on as we ascend from 3D to 5D. You have learned the lessons. That's great. Anushka, there you go. Nice to see you. Saying interesting. Good. Okay, so we're with Shannon. Also, what you say with the determination seek, it's true. I haven't used it yet up until recently, but I didn't find what I wanted to do with my life, and it never really clicked until recently. And that's it. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it, Shannon? Because when we find our purpose work, that's when we kind of find our mojo and our motivation and determination. So for you, you do struggle a little bit to communicate how you feel, even though you know how you feel, and you've got to make sure you don't get into any arguments or have any atmospheres in the house before you eat, because that can play havoc with your digestive system, you see. So you've got to be very careful. But you need to learn how to express yourself properly. You do have a vivid imagination, and your memory is stimulated with this, with the 3 energy. You can be a little bit critical when you're living negatively, but again, you want expansion. It's this like Jupiter coming through, and also having the 2 9s there. The 9 is the humanitarian, so you want to help people. You want to be of service, and you want to, you're very ambitious, as well, and quite, you hold a great sense of responsibility, but you're also quite idealistic. So what I mean by that is you can sort of look at the world through rose-colored spectacles. Now, make sure if you're watching this today, please like this video and share it with your friends and family and anyone that you feel would benefit from having a reading with me today. And also subscribe to the channel as well, and click the bell for future notifications so you never miss one of my live videos. Okay. Your ruling number, Shannon, is 9, 10, 19, 22, 22, 27, 28, 29, 32. So you were ruling 5 as well. So that's interesting about you, is that you're all the 5s. 5 is your big number. So, for example, if you were bathing in one of the color mirrors, this would be a great place to start, because it would help you to align with that sense of freedom and space that your soul craves. And it also helps with anger as well, because it's the complementary color, or the opposite color of red. And in red, we've got our survival issues and our anger. And sometimes green is very good at being able to clear and transmute those. Your personal year cycle that you're in at the moment, we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology, and we go through peaks and troughs during that time. And you're in a 6th this year. So it's a great time to sort of redecorate, change, or even like reinvent the way you look. Change your clothes, change your hair, that type of thing. It's a good year to be creative within the home when you're in a 6. But if you're living negatively, it can manifest as being overly worried, or getting overwhelmed and things like that as well. There you go. Oh, snap. I've been addressing expansion and anger recently. Fantastic. That's good. So for you, the best antidote to anger is distance yourself. Okay. So it's just kind of moving away from the situation, because it'll help you to sort of integrate it. Tatiana, the 5th of February, 1996. I'm going to come to you next, Tatiana. Shannon, did you like that? Leave a few comments and let me know. Okay, so I'm going to go to you, Tatiana, next. Tatiana. And you, Tatiana, are 5th of February. 5th of February, 1996. It's 2 9s, a 6, a 2, and a 5. I'm sitting with my family already. Would be awesome if you could read theirs too. My sister and your mother. What are their names, Tatiana? Hello to Tatiana's sister and mummy. Now then, I'm just going to scroll back up. Just see. I'm not sure if Banshee, are you still watching? What about you, Donald? Are you still there? Donald Cardoso? And Sarah as well. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep yet, Sarah. I'm going to have a look at yours as well, okay? All right, so stay with me. Okay, so Tatiana, what we can see with you, you've got that arrow of determination as well. So, you know, it's very similar to the last chart in the fact that, you know, you've got a day number 5 as well. So again, you've got that persistence and determination. So the same thing applies that I'm saying to you, Tatiana, that I said to Shannon. So, you know, you two have got very similar kind of influences within your personality blueprint. Shannon says, thank you so much. It's spot on. The digestive part as well, and expressing myself, my moon is opposite on my Mercury as well. So that ties in beautifully, doesn't it? Just, yeah, it's very interesting. Do you know which star system your soul originated from, Shannon? Have you found that out yet? So your sister is Lita and your mum is called Nahid. Oh, cool. Lovely to see you, Lita and Nahid. There you go. So Gerald says the Andromeda Council is one of the highs. They life up to the 15th dimension. Yeah, absolutely. I know. Are you an Andromedan, Gerald? They say hi back. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so Tatiana, yeah, so your day number 5 as well. So it's this green, you know, it's like the green of the t-shirt that I've chosen to wear today, isn't it? You know, and green, you know, remember green is about the shadow pattern of green is envy. You know, you've heard the expression green with envy. You know, it's like or jealousy, you know, so that can sometimes play out, but you've got to kind of set boundaries and make sure you let go of old masks that no longer serve you. Again, you want to help people. You're very creative. You're actually very intuitive, Tatiana, as well. So your feminine energy is in balance. So you've got very good gut first impressions, and you know, you're sensitive, intuitive. You can trust your intuition. Again, you struggle to communicate how you feel as well. So there is this difficulty with verbal self-expression, even though you know how you feel. Now, your ruling number is a 9, 10, 19. 9, 10, 19, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. You're a ruling number 5 as well. You two could be like sisters. Yeah, I reckon Tatiana and Shannon, you two are like, you're like almost like the same person. You're like brothers from another mother. There you go. So what have you been up to then, Nahid? Did you give birth to Shannon as well? I've come to figure out that I'm not from the Andromedan star system, but the galaxy behind the star system. It's been quite a travel, and Hirath has been there from day one, finally embracing myself. Fantastic. That's really great, Shannon. Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm from the Andromedan constellation, not the Andromedan galaxy. Isn't it funny? It is funny, isn't it? So there you go. So this is your big influence, you see. And what we find in numerology, now I did a fair in Joondalup. It was called the Aroka Healing and Wellness Fair. And during, that was like on Sunday last week, and I must have had about 50 people came to have some insights with me. And I noticed the waves of people with the same birthday influences. It was so interesting. So I'd get a wave of people who had like ruling number 4s with a day number 2, for example. And then I'd get waves of people with a ruling number 7 with a day number. And this is how it kind of works in numerology. We notice patterns of energies coming in at the same sort of time and in the same sort of place. So it's fascinating really to observe. So yeah, so there you go. So that's you. That's you in a nutshell. You are Tatiana. You are Shannon. There you go. So yeah, so that's your year influence is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're in a personal year cycle 3, so that is different. So it's a great year for you to be able to learn something new, and you'll be able to retain the information. Your memory will be able to absorb it. So whether that's something at work or something that's personal development, it's a really good year. Exactly. It's a really good year for you to do that. The 5 means you need freedom and versatility. All right. And it also means you feel things very intensely. Okay, I'm going to move on. Are you still there? Let's have a look through. Who should we have a look at next? Sarah Jacobson. Are you still awake? And if not, Sarah Donald, are you still there? Now, have you got any questions? Any questions at all with regards to the information that you've received so far today? Leave a few comments and let me know. So I'm looking for either Sarah or I'm looking for Donald or Sarah. Now, if you've got any questions at all for me, then please feel free to leave them in the comments section as well. You are sisters. Yeah, maybe there's 7 of you, and then you could be the 7 sisters. It's the other word, the other name for the Pleiades, isn't it? 7 sisters. I must admit, I'm quite drawn to the Pleiadian energy. I find it very light and fun-loving. Anushka, do you want me to have a look at yours? Yeah, I normally do a live on my YouTube channel about once a week, always at different times though, Anushka, and on my Facebook pages as well. So Dreamtime Academy on Facebook, and also on Hayden Crawford as well, on Facebook as well. I could probably go live on there a few times. And also you could join my Andromedans group, my Andromedans Facebook group. There you go. Anushka. All right. So Anushka, you are the 22nd of the 1st, 2001. Anushka. Good. Join the group. Brilliant. Okay. So I can tell straight away now, because you were born, you know, you're what I call a proper starseed. In the fact that you're very, very sensitive. Look, because you've only got 2 numbers within your date of birth. You see how many negative arrows it gives you. So it's a challenging birth chart, this. I've just dropped a blue pen on my wrist there, look. Yeah, it's quite challenging because, look, very, very sensitive, very intuitive. You probably resonate. You're probably empathic as well. Now, and the empath takes on the feelings of other people. So this is sometimes what you do. So, you know, you've got to make sure that you know what's yours and what's not. Hand what's not yours back to the person who it is. Oh, fantastic, Tone. It's great. It's great that you can recognize how far you've come. Brilliant. Very, very good. Have a beautiful evening yourself. Yeah, so Anushka goes, yeah, you know, that's me. So, you know, you are somebody who likes partnerships. You know, you probably love animals, you know, and you can feel how animals feel, or old people or children. You know, it's this sort of thing that comes up for you. And also, you know, the 2 ones, which is your male energy, which is perfectly imbalanced. So you're a good listener, a good talker, but you can be reactive as well in emotional situations. Now, you've got what's called the arrow of poor memory. So that means that, you might have, you might find it difficult retaining information in a traditional way. So being such a sensitive person, you might be better off going to like the Steiner School of Learning or that type of environment. Also, you've got the arrow here of passivity. So it means that sometimes, that you need a bit of encouragement. You're more of a behind the scenes person into the new millennial. And you might need a bit of encouragement to get active. You also have the arrow of frustration, which is difficulties for you during your childhood. So it could have been your mum and dad separated, or there was sibling rivalry or ill health or feeling like you didn't fit in. And then that can knock on into difficulties within your adult relationships as well. And also this arrow here, which is called the arrow of the inquirer, which means you can be quite skeptical of new concepts until you get your own proof. So don't worry. I don't want you to go away panicking, thinking, oh my God, I'm a negatron. It's like, no, you were just born, on the 22nd of the 1st, 2001. So there's a lot of 2 energy. So very, very sensitive. Now, number 22 in the color mirrors system, bottle 22, is this one here. It's called forgiveness. Okay. And it's very deep magenta over rose pink. Now, bottle 22 asks you to forgive yourself, forgive your parents, and also forgive your creator who got you into this mess in the first place. So it just means that, it's the master builder. So 22 is a master number. So it means your day number is actually 22 over 4 in Pythagorean numerology. So you are here to guide humanity forward into the new golden age. But you've got the practical know-how to be able to do it, whereas a lot of the 11s, they don't have the influence of the 4, which is a physical number, behind that sort of propulsion to want to help and to guide, whereas you do. So you're almost quite psychic, quite intuitive, sensitive, almost like clairvoyant, that type of thing. Anushka go, that's true. My mum and dad did almost separate, and there was a sibling problem. Yeah, there you go. You can see it within the numbers. Now, the other thing that we can see here as well is that you've got, okay, so you have got a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your ruling number is an 8, so you're very independent. The 8s are very independent. They like to be in control. It's like you need to learn sometimes how to surrender. Yeah, have a surrender agenda. There you go. Anushka says, I feel like this is exactly what I needed to hear. Of course it is. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. And Gerald says, sorry for the grammar errors, Hayden. I'm not sure where I come from. I believe I come from the Lyra star system, but it was destroyed. So do you have that feeling that you're homesick, but you can't go home? Because sometimes that can come in, Gerald, with the Lyrans. And, do you like the physical aspects of life? Because Lyrans are very much kind of connected to the base chakra and survival issues. And, they often like adventure and, that type of thing. They align with that. But, it'd be interesting to look at your chart. So, you should save your money up and get yourself one of my Starseed Numerology reports. I think you'd really like it, Gerald. So, Anushka, yeah, so this 8 is in the color mirrors system. It's represented by this bottle here, which is called Saturn. Saturn is old father time. So it's lilac over violet, number 8. And this is kind of like you're quite process driven, so you like things done in an organized and systematic way. You're very nurturing towards other people, but you do like to be in control. So it's independent organization and control, and also patience. You are patient to be able to wait for your things to manifest. There, Ram said, welcome to my club of homesickness. Well, there you go. Tatiana says, my mum and brother are both Lyrans. Fantastic. There you go. Anushka says, everything you said is true. Look, Anushka, if you're interested in more information about your birth chart and your name chart and your peak years of maturity, which is quite predictive about your future and where your soul originated from after it left source consciousness, then remember that I do the Starseed Numerology reports. They're handcrafted, not computer generated. They take about 7 to 10 business days to create. and that will look at all aspects. So you get a very, very clear and accurate depiction on everything, because we're only really looking at your birth chart from this, and you think that's accurate, but wait until you get all the other influences, because your name carries vibrations that reveal your soul urge and outer expression as well, which is very important to look at too, you know. There you go. You're amazed, are you? Fantastic. Good. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm very glad that you enjoy it. And those reports, they're on special as well until the end of this month now, because we've extended the special for only 59 Australian dollars. So it's a great time to get one of those ordered. Okay, so Anushka, that was you. Who should we go to next? Donald, you're still there, yeah? Donald, what's your date of birth again, Donald? You're very welcome, Anushka. Whereabouts are you from, by the way? That's it's a lovely name, that, Anushka. And remember, if you're watching today, guys, make sure that you share with your friends and family. And Tatiana, I haven't forgotten about your mum and sister sitting there. Okay, so I'm gonna do Donald next, and I'll come and have a look at theirs as well for you. Okay. And Tatiana, how does your mum and brother know that they're both Lyrans? I'm in Australia, Anushka. Yeah, so Western Australia, near Perth in Western Australia. So Donald, I'm not sure if you're still there or not. If you can just let me know with your date of birth, and then, or what I'll do is until I hear back from you, I'll have a look at Anushka's mother. Anushka, if you leave your mum's date of birth, I'll take a look at hers next. I think there must be, is there a bit of a lag or something? Sorry, I meant Tatiana. Tatiana, if you give me your mum's date of birth. Sorry, Anushka, I meant Tatiana. So I think Tatiana's sitting with her mum and her brother, or a sister. I think it's your sister, isn't it? There you go. Are they trying to remember what their dates of birth are, yeah? Let's pop this down for a second. I'll just go back to my Starseed Oracle cards now. And this is a card that will apply to all of you watching right now, okay? This will apply to all of you watching right now. So remember, Tatiana, leave me either your sister's or your mum's date of birth, and I'll take a look. And Donald, if you're still there, I'm not sure whether you are. And this is cracked open, this card. And this is about reaching rock bottom and surrendering to the alchemy of life. You know, sometimes when we reach a point along our journey where everything seems to be sort of turning upside down, it becomes a bit topsy-turvy, and we can either fight it, which often makes things worse, or we can just kind of let go or surrender and know that sometimes we have to be cracked open in order to be able to change or evolve or grow as a human being, you know. So I would say that if you're experiencing this right now, just remember that everything's always perfect, although it might be perfectly imperfect. We kind of don't need to necessarily have we don't need to know the whole journey. We only need to know what the first step is from here on our journey. And you'll always be guided as to what that step is. Okay, so that's really important to know. Now then, guys, if you'd like me to do a reading for you, okay, then I will need your date of birth. So Tatiana, if you're there, and your mum's there, and your sister, then leave their date of birth. Gerald, I think we've done yours before. Donald Cardoso, if you're there, you can have a look. I'm just trying to think if anybody else. Who else is watching that hasn't had any insights yet today or not? Anyone else that's watching that's not had any insights today? Not sure. Are you not able to put in any comments? Maybe the internet's got a bit of a lag on it or something. You are there, Donald. All right, so I'm going to have a look. I'll have a look at you, Donald, because I trust that you're watching, but I'm just not receiving the messages through the chat. Okay, so you're the 2nd of the 2nd, 1970. 2nd of the 2nd, 1970. The internet can be a pain in the bottom, can't it, sometimes? In the proverbial behind, I would say. Okay, Donald, so this is you. All right, Donald? So, Donald, what we can see here is you've got this arrow, which is a negative arrow within your birth chart. So this is called the arrow of frustration. And it's exactly as it sounds. It's like, it's like aspects of your life, you know, where it's almost like difficulties for you during childhood. Could have been your mum and dad separated, or there was sibling rivalry, ill health, or just feeling like you didn't fit in. And then this can also manifest as challenges and obstacles within your adult relationships as well. So it is quite a difficult vibration. That you are very sensitive, Donald. So you've got this lovely, enhanced psychic awareness, enhanced creativity, intuition and sensitivity. So it's female energy. If you think of the two as being female and the one as being male, there is a suppression around how you communicate. All right. So it might be that you struggle to talk about how you feel. You might not know how you feel. So, you might find it difficult expressing that. And also, your 7 is isolated as well, which means that there are, sort of sacrifices to be made with either love, health, or money. So as I said before, it can manifest as like loving and losing, or loving and keeping, or it can manifest as making money, losing it, making money, losing it, or with regards to your health, so getting well, getting ill, getting poorly, getting well, and that sort of thing. And then the 9 isolated means that you are quite an ambitious person. Your day number is 2. Now the 2 energy in the color mirror system, Donald, is called the moon, and this is pale blue over blue, and the moon is feminine, so this is your sensitivity. That's a sort of quite a major aspect to who you are. And the moon governs our tide season cycles, the subconscious mind. It's actually the 2 like to be in a partnership. So people with a day number 2 would rather be second in command in a business, like the PA to the boss, rather than being the managing director of a company. They want to be the person who is, the behind the scenes, second in command. But you will like to be in a nice partnership, so having a significant other would be very important for you. Your ruling number. Okay, your ruling number is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you're a ruling number 3. So the 3s are more aligned to the arts than the sciences. You're probably inspired by music, lyrics, poetry. You're sociable when you're living positively, critical when you're living negatively. You like to be involved in community-based or social-based projects. You can suffer from low self-esteem, lack of confidence. You need to question your beliefs as you progress through your life, because number 3 is this bottle here, which is called Jupiter. And Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, so it wants expansion. So like Jupiter, you want expansion, you want to grow, you want to be able to go out into the world and, be seen and all the rest of it. But, it's like you have to work through some of these other more challenging aspects of your birth chart. It's about self-acceptance. actually, Donald. So, you know, what you need to do is learn how to accept yourself at a soul level. Okay. And you know, be ready to stand up in the world and say, this is who I am. Okay. Because that will help you with that type of expression. And actually, you know, and then that will forfeit you sort of always feeling like you're not heard or not seen, or yeah, you know, it's that sort of feeling of, yeah, not just feeling like you're second best. That can come in with that. So leave a few comments, Donald, and let me know what you thought. Did that make sense for you today? You've all gone awfully quiet in the chat room today, so I'm not sure if you've all been disconnected or not. But leave a few comments and let me know what you thought of that. That would be awesome. So that one's for you, Donald. Well, look, guys, I think we've had a bit of fun today. Sorry if you're watching Tatiana. If you're watching Tatiana, and sorry your mum and your sister didn't get a reading. I didn't get the details for their dates of birth. There you go. Sean says, I'm just listening and learning. This is so interesting. It is interesting, isn't it? If you want to know more, remember I teach level 1, level 2, and level 3 numerology through my online wellness portal. And that's through pre-recorded video tutorials with me and an ebook that I put together as well. And they're only 99 Australian dollars. And that's a self-paced online course. If you want that, I give you access to my wellness portal through a password and login details as well. And you'll get a certificate of achievement from the Dreamtime Academy if you successfully submit 3 case studies. So 3 people in your life. Normally it's like your husband or your mother or your partner or your kids or whatever it is like that. And then you can progress on to level 2, which looks at the names and the pyramids, the peak years of maturity through the names, and some more Columera's influences. And then your level 3 is your numerology masters. And that's just a fantastic course, which looks much deeper at the connection between astrology and numerology and tarot and numerology, which is super exciting. Gerald says, absolutely. You talk like someone who knows me. Everything you said is true. Hopefully, I'm going to book a reading this month. Brilliant. That'll be really good to catch up with you via Zoom. All my sessions are done via Zoom. So if you want me to take you through the Starseed Awakening process, that's fantastic, actually. So it's actually a report, recall, and then the regression as well. So it takes you through a process of being able to recall who you were. I take you through a regression process so that you can let go of ancient wounds, ancestral and past life. And I use the color mirrors to be able to do that. So it's really super exciting. So they're really good. You'll find those on my website. That's the Starseed Awakening process. It's a 3-stage process. There you go. The network is not pretty strong now. There's a storm coming soon. Ooh. There you go. So Fox Vlogs, you're an Andromedan Starseed as well. Nice to see you. Fantastic. Very nice to meet you. If you'd like me to take a look at your date of birth, I'm more than happy to do that for you, Fox. Oh, it got disconnected multiple times, Tatiana. Tatiana, I was going to say, if you want me to do your mum and your sister, leave their dates of birth, and then I can have a look at theirs. There you go. Ram says, I'll have to get a Starseed report because some want to laugh at me. I have to humor them. I know. You just have to do that. Donald, leave a few comments and let me know what you thought of your insights today as well. What's your real name, Fox Vlogs? It's great to see you're Andromedan. So are you from the Andromeda galaxy or are you from the Andromedan constellation? So you're the 30th of January, February, March, April, 1999. It's a great year, isn't it? So Anushka, the best way to learn really is to get a Starseed Numerology Report, and that's because we have to look at the exact position of your sun at the time you were born, alongside your numerology influences and your color influences as well. And from that, we can decipher whether you're from the Pleiades or Andromeda like me and you know, Fox Vlogs. From the Andromeda Galaxy, it's Noah Burley. Yeah, that's a cool name, Noah. Remember, it will take around about 7 to 10 business days, though, Anushka, to create, because they are handcrafted. I don't just run them through a program, so they take me time to do them properly. Okay, so you'll love them. I know, isn't it? There you go. Someone else from the Andromeda Galaxy as well. Your middle name is Fox. Fantastic. Noah Burley. Now, you've got 3 9s in your chart, 3 of them. So what that means is that's a big influence for you. The 9, which is idealistic, you know, so you do tend to look at the world through rose-colored spectacles. You're very ambitious as well. So 9 is ambition, it's wisdom as well. So very wise. And, you know, you're a humanitarian, so you want to help people. Okay, so that's like you wanting to be of service. It's amplified 9 energy is ambition, wisdom, idealism, wanting to be of service. We can also see with you as well is that, you know, you'd make a good healer. You know, you'd actually make a really good healer. But you do need to make sure that you speak up about how you feel and say, you know, how you're feeling at the time, rather than holding it in and getting angry and frustrated. Okay, that's a big problem with someone with a lot of 9 Mars energy. And this is Mars. This is bottle 9. It's red over orange. So when you've got a lot of that, it just means there's a lot of fire energy. So it has to be expressed instead of bottled up. Yeah, so you've also got this arrow here. It's classed as a negative arrow, Noah. And this arrow is, it doesn't mean to say you're negative. It just means that you've got a weak soul protection. So you actually get easily hurt. So if someone was to say something, you know, sort of, even if it was just a throwaway comment that was a bit like hurtful, you would, you know, be like you wound quite deeply. So sometimes what you might do is you might put on a bit of a, you know, sort of like poker face, you know, so people don't really know what's going on for you. You are quite a practical chap as well, Noah, because you've got the 4 and the 4s on the physical plane. If you think of the 1, 4, and 7 are physical numbers, the 2, 5, and 8 are emotional numbers, and then the 3, 6, and 9 are mental numbers or mind numbers. You can see there you've got no numbers there on your emotional plane, and that's why, you know, you get easily hurt. But also on the physical plane, the 4 is a physical number. So it's like your material, you're interested in the material and the practical and the physical aspects of life, and organizational. We can also see that you've only got 1 1, and 1 is your masculine and it's your verbal self-expression. So when there's only 1 1 within your birth chart, it means that you struggle to communicate how you feel a little bit. That's how it can, I know it's spot on, isn't it, Noah? It's always the same. You know, I did like 50 insights at a spiritual fair over the weekend in Joondalup, the Aroka Healing Festival. One after the next, my mouth didn't stop. And this, I always do them 2 or 3 times a year. And there was nobody that turned around and said, "Oh no, that's nothing like me." Everybody bought a report. Everybody wanted products. Everybody was overly impressed. Donald, I've done yours. Did you get to hear it? You've got the gift of clairvoyance. Beautiful. I love it. That's really lovely. Now we can also see, you know, you've got a very vivid imagination, because your 3 energy, which is your left brain, your imagination and memory, is kind of isolated there as well. So sometimes, you know, that can lead to a bit of paranoia, or just that your imagination can run away with you a little bit sometimes. Your day number is a 3. So the 3 is your second biggest influence within your actual birth chart. And the 3s are inspired by music and lyrics and poetry and writing and the community. And they're very fun loving, and they like to laugh when they're living positively. You know, they're very sociable. When they're living negatively, they can be critical or judgmental, and they can suffer from low self-esteem, lack of self-worth. And the 3 is Jupiter in the color mirrors system. So this is coral energy. Coral is the color of the new Christ ray. So this is about self-acceptance. So a lot of the time, people who have a day number 3 have to kind of learn how to accept themselves unconditionally and stand up in the world and say, this is who I am, so that they can be seen, you know, and express themselves and get their message out into the world. Often a day number 3, people have shamanic gifts as well that can come in with the 3s. And or trust issues as well can sometimes come up with them. And then the ruling number, which is your biggest influence in your birth chart, Noah, is a 9, 10, 19, 28, 29, 32, 35. So you're a ruling number 8. Now, if you think about the 8 as a sacred geometric shape, it's like 2 circles sitting on top of each other, which represent completion in the heavenly realms and completion on the earthly realm as well. And bottle 8 in the color mirror system is this one here, which is lilac over violet. Lilac over violet. So it's like, it's old father time. So you recognize your future needs to be built on solid foundations. So you're prepared to do the hard yards to be able to achieve the things you need to achieve in your lifetime. Also, Noah, what we know about you is you're very independent, you're very organized, and you like to be in control. You're also very process driven. You make a good manager. You make a good money manager. A lot of people who have a day ruling 8 will go into either managing people or managing accounts. You know, they're good money managers often. Hey, Kathleen, nice to see you from Northern Ireland. I recognize your name, Kathleen. Have you been into the Dream Time Healing Room before? It is the infinity symbol. It's very auspicious, especially within Chinese culture. You know, seeing the 8, you know, a lot of Chinese, they want to buy houses that have got a number 8 or have car registration plates with lots of 8s because it's very auspicious. So that's why a lot of the time people with an 8, they, you know, they it's the star in the tarot card. So they, you know, they have a great ability to be able to manifest abundance. I thought so, yeah. Oracle Sophia, nice to see you from the UK, and thanks for sending those lovely pink hearts. Appreciated. There you go. So so Noah said, wow, this is literally explaining how I am. Well, of course, the numbers, you know, is a vibration of light. So what we're reading here is the language of light, colors and numbers. It can't, you know, can't get it wrong unless the person who's interpreting it doesn't know what they're doing. So, you know, these are just little insights for you today, Noah. If you want a full report, remember, I offer the Starseed Numerology Reports. They're a handcrafted. It's 20 pages long now, actually. So we've just modified them. And they look at your living name, Noah, as well as your, you know, your birth charts, your name chart and birth chart. We nailed down the origins of your soul after it left source consciousness. So we can look at and determine whether or not you really genuinely are from the Andromedan galaxy like you say you are, or whether you've got other influences that are more dominant that will help you decipher your purpose and mission during this lifetime. Orpha E, nice to see you. Orpha, how are you going today? It's lovely to see you here. Please leave your date of birth, Orpha, and I'll take a look and do a reading for you. So Noah, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. There you go. And it's lovely to meet another Andromeda as well. Make sure that you join my Andromedans group on Facebook as well, because I do live Starseed masterclasses on there around about every 3 weeks. Decoding the Andromedan blueprint. We look at, you know, sort of unraveling the ascension symptoms and, you know, looking at how to activate your Merkaba star, all sorts of different stuff, you know, and through guided, I do some inner work with you, guided meditations, and we do some activations and stuff like that as well, which is really uber cool. There you go. You're actually contacted in a dream by your starseed guides. Yeah, that's how it happened to me as well, actually, Noah. I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard a voice say to me, oh, I'm from Andromeda. And this was during my awakening. It's about 4 years ago now, or 3 years ago. And I had no clue what it even meant. So I just Googled it. And then I realized that the Andromedans are here to, you know, guide people really into more self-love and self-acceptance and self-confidence. But because they love freedom so much, the Andromedans, they help people to rediscover their inner wisdom so that they can feel more freedom, joy, and fulfillment. So that was exactly the work that I was doing before I realized. But, you know, knowing that, it just helped keep me on track, you know, with the content I'm creating now for the Dreamtime Academy. There you go. So Shannon says, thank you so much for your insight and wisdom. I need to get going and dress for the day. Have a lovely day, everyone. Have a lovely day yourself, Shannon. Enjoy your day. Thanks for popping in, and hopefully see you again soon. Fantastic. That's brilliant. There you go. So author says, my birthday is the 30th of July, 1974. It is super interesting, isn't it? Oh, wow. Okay. So they said, we will guide you and protect you. That's exactly what they do, Noah. Yeah, they guide us and they protect us. You know, and they, like, if we do the work for them, like, we have to be their voices really on the planet. Because obviously a lot of them are in like anything from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th dimension. So they kind of need a human vehicle to be able to, you know, sort of channel through. And we can do the work that way. So Oracle says, my son has dreamed of me looking like the beings from Lyra, and then seen it looking at me in waking life. Wow. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And often, you know, the kids are so sensitive. They're like the rainbows and the crystal children. They already come in with their DNA, their 12-strand DNA intact. So they can see things that we can't see. They can perceive things in a very different light. You're welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you, Noah. I'll look forward to seeing you next time for sure. Lots of love and peace back to you. What a lovely chap. Lovely man Noah is. Okay, so author. Have a look at you next. You're the 30th of the 7th, 1974. 1, 9, 3, 2 7s and 4. Okay, author, what we can see straight away is, like, you know, we were saying about the mind numbers, the emotional numbers and the physical numbers. You've got a positive arrow, which is called the arrow of practicality, which is all the numbers on the physical plane. So you like active participation in life. You're a doing person. Yeah. So you're like the practical, material, physical aspects of life and getting involved in life in a very physical and practical way. Okay. That's good. You've also got what's called the arrow of the emotional hypersensitivity. Now, this is actually a difficult vibration because it means you've got a weak soul protection author, so you get easily hurt. So sometimes you can, you know, put on a bit of a poker face, shut down, so people don't know how you're really feeling. This is, you know, a difficult vibration. You struggle to communicate how you feel. You are quite practical. You like the material aspects of life. So nice car, you know, you're good with your hands. Nice house, you know, that sort of stuff. So you like all of those practical and material aspects. And then your 3 energy is isolated, which is your imagination, memory, and analysis. So that means that you can sometimes get a bit paranoid, or sometimes you can let your imagination run away with you. If you're living negatively, you can be a bit critical and judgmental of yourself and other people. And then your 9 is also your wisdom, which is isolated, or your ambition. So you're very ambitious. So the 3 day number people, they are fun-loving, you know, they like to be sociable when they're living positively, but they, again, can be critical and judgmental when they're living negatively and suffer from low self-esteem and self-doubt. The 3 in the color mirrors system is this bottle here, which is called Jupiter. And Jupiter is the largest planet. I know I've said it a few times, but it's the largest planet in our solar system. So it wants expansion, and so do you. So, you know, you might be inspired by music, lyrics, writing, and poetry. You could have, you know, sort of, you know, to kind of expand and explore within your lifetime. So that's your day number influence, you know, so it is sociable when it's living positively, but also, you know, it needs to question its beliefs at some point through its life as well, because it needs to get to a place of deep self-acceptance. Then your ruling number, which is the biggest influence within your birth chart author, is actually a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 28, 29, 30, 31. So you're actually a ruling number 4 as well. So, that kind of amplifies, this quality of you being good with your hands, being liking practical activity, sort of wanting to be practically involved in your life. A lot of ruling number 4s go into the manual arts, or, they might even go into teaching or stuff like that. But the 4 is somebody who's, sort of likes the material parts of life, so having nice things, the third dimensional stuff. But you've got to make sure, like the 4 is Uranus in the color mirrors system, which is this bottle here, which is yellow over deep turquoise. And so the 4 people have to, as part of their soul's evolution, they have to let go. So letting go of old people, places, situations that are no longer serving them, old structures in your life, so you can pave the way for new beginnings and the emerging new golden age. So author says, that's true about hypersensitivity and the imagination running away with me. Still working on the practical side, though, and being more sociable, lol. I'm good with the arts and crafts, though. Yeah, because 3s are more aligned to the arts. I feel like you could express that artistic streak through your hands in some way, or, as by doing, so it's like the physical. Often the 4 energy carries challenges around the thyroid. So there is a difficulty for you in verbal communication. So you sometimes don't know how you feel. Sometimes you can be a bit quiet or find it hard to be able to express how you're feeling. You're at peace now. Now you've finished your painting ramp. Good. Are you happy with it? So Kathleen says, I feel connected to Lyra too. The Lyrans are beautiful because they're like the felines, the cat-like beings, but also some are bird-like as well. But they are very, they're like adventure, and they're like indulging in good food and sex and all of that sort of stuff. The author says, thank you. That's very, very true. Good. I'm glad that makes sense for you, author. If you want some more insights, remember, I'm offering the Starseed Numerology Reports, which is a handcrafted report, which isn't computer generated. Remember, this is something that I put together myself. It takes 7 to 10 business days to create, and that will look at your starry origins as well. So not only your name chart, birth chart, but where your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. And they're on special during June for only 59 Australian dollars. So if you'd like one of those, just scroll back up and you'll be able to see the link that I've put in through to purchase that securely on my online portal, my online shop. There you go. So Oracle Sophia says, Lyra is right for me then. Hee. Great. Definitely overindulging in good food. Oh yeah, me too. Well, my husband's a really good cook. Yeah, so he cook. I don't cook. I'm not very good at. Well, I can cook, but he is, the one that likes to rule the roost in the kitchen. So he creates beautiful food. So I get nice food. I kind of don't eat during the day. I sort of go to the gym. I might have a shake, a banana for breakfast, and then I always have a nice big meal in the evening. And I love food. I'm a massive foodie, but then my weight is prone to fluctuate. So I don't know about you guys, but it'll be like one part of the year I'll be quite skinny like I am now. And then other parts of the year I turn into a bit of a porker. But I think all star seeds get affected by that as well. Tatiana, are you still there? I want to look at your mum next. Tatiana. So there we go. So we did Noah and Orpha. We've had a look at we did Tatiana as well earlier, and Shannon and Donald. Donald, I don't know if you got your reading. Leave a few comments and let me know. Hopefully you did and you didn't go offline. Don't know if you're still there, Gerald. If you are, then say hi. Tone, we did Tone as well. Did some insights for Tone. So we've done quite a few insights today. There you go. Oracle Sophia says, I'm never skinny. I vary in chunk. I like it. There you go. So author says, thanks, that's great, Hayden. Thank you so much. I'd be interested in finding out about my starseed origins. It's fantastic. When you know, it helps you understand what your mission and purpose is. Would there be a reason why, even though one has a positive arrow? Not sure what you mean. Just clarify. E.g., my physical plane through in life. Why? This doesn't come through in life. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, you did. Great, Donald. I'm glad. Did it make sense for you, Donald? It might be something that you need to work through or work on, the physical aspects in your chart, because the 4 energy is quite prevalent within your reading, but it could manifest, you see, as you letting go. And also sometimes it can affect the lower limbs, you know, the 4 energy, the day number 4. So weakness in lower limbs can sometimes come through. Tatiana is still there. Oracle Sophia, have I ever done your reading before? Have I ever done some insights for you before? I can't remember. Alexandria, nice to see you. How are you? It's been a while, hasn't it, Alexandria? What have you been up to? We've just been doing some Starseed insights for everybody. Alexandria, let people know what you thought of your Starseed Numerology Report. Because I think you got a report a while ago, didn't you? Good, Donald. I'm really pleased. There you go. And Kathleen, did I ever do some insights for you? I can't remember. Remember, if you're watching today and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please like the channel, subscribe, and click the bell for future notifications. And also, if you're watching and you think, oh, what, you know, I wonder if my friends would enjoy this, make sure you share it on your Facebook page. Make sure that you share it amongst your people. There you go. Thanks, Alexandria. Alexandria says, oh my God, it was amazing. Everyone needs one. There you go. So yeah. So if you're thinking about it and you're like, oh, I'm not sure, you know, if I want to invest, don't just think about it, just do it, because it will blow your socks off, and probably a hat and shoes too. It was about a year ago, was it, Kathleen? I thought I had. So Oracle Sophie says, you have. It was wonderful. Could I look at my middle son who's sitting with me, please? Yeah. Leave his date of birth. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Because remember, the 4 energy is represented by Uranus, which is the planet of the future, which is about letting go of old structures in your life that no longer serve you. And that can include people, places, material things, all of that sort of stuff. So it's almost like a clearing away of all of those things as well, you see. You've been purging and healing. These energies are intense. They are intense, aren't they? They certainly are. Really intense. I was highly discombobulated over the supermoon. I actually shouted at somebody, like, that's just not who I am at all. But I actually, yeah, I was trying to assert myself, but I got a bit carried away, and then I realized I was shouting. Oh dear. Okay, so Dexter. So he's the 6th of June. July. The 6th of July, 2008. Okay, Dexter, this one's for you. 2, 6, 7, 8. You see, the interesting thing about, you know, you new generation folk, you know, anyone who's born after the year 2000, really, you're more sensitive than we were in a lot of cases. So, you know, you are a sensitive little chappy. You're quite a creative. You love the home and the family is very important to you, because your day number is a 6, and 6 is Venus, the first bit of Venus energy we've had today, isn't it? Which is pink over pink. So that's Venus. Venus is balance and harmony and relationships within the home, partnerships. When it's expressed positively, it's creative. When it's negative, you know, when it's low in energy or whatever, it can be destruction, the opposite of that, you know, worry or anxiety. So, you know, it's about keeping your vibration high with your creative pursuits. Now, for you as well, what we can see is difficulties for you communicating verbally. So there is no male energy there. So it's more feminine. And also you are definitely somebody who likes to be in control. You're very organized, but very independent. You like how process is and doing things properly. And but yeah, the home is very important, and the family for you, and this creative aspect within the home. Then you're a 10, 17, 23. So you're a ruling number 5. So you also you like to feel free, Dexter. So for you, you don't like being restricted. So you're quite independent. You don't like being restricted. The 5 in the color mirror system is this one here, which is actually green over green. It's called Mercury. And this is about freedom, communication, and versatility. So really, it's about for your soul to feel fulfilled. You need to be able to have space around you. Your soul needs to have freedom, needs to have a lot of space around it, and then that will help you with like anger and things like that. So you might get a bit frustrated that you can't, that you can't express yourself sometimes. And also there is a certain amount of like, you are interested in the deeper meaning behind life, Dexter, exploring the subconscious, but you might have to let go of either, sort of all have lessons in sacrifice around love, health, or money within your lifetime. So one of those 3 things. So Alexandria says, also, if you guys don't know about the color therapy or the color mists or perfumes, I highly recommend that you look at that too. It's a good point, actually, and thanks for bringing that up, because we're about to put in our next order with Color Mirrors HQ in South Africa. So they're in just on the on the garden route, about 2 hours outside of Cape Town. So we ship them into Australia, and then we ship them out globally as well. So if you're in America or England or Australia, wherever you are, we can get bottles to you, because we've got suppliers in the UK and America as well. If you're in Australia, we will supply them for you. Now, the differences that you get are, the dual colored oil bottles, so or you get the essence spray. So these are like auric mists, and they come in like a variety of different colors. So they're beautiful, so you basically jump on the website and choose the colors that you're most attracted to. You just spray them into your aura, and they're like a push button instant remedy. Whereas the color mirrors, you bathe in these ones, and they go into the cells, clear and transmute the old patterns and beliefs and behaviors, and help to set you free. So they take the lie away and replace it with the truth, which is divine love. So they're amazing, powerful vibrational remedies. Yeah, they'll blow you away. Which ones did you get, Alexandria? I can't remember now. I think was it the what was it? Was it the Royal Blue Dragon that you got, and Initiation, or one of the third eye chakra ones? There you go. So Oracle Sophia said, that's so him. He is smiling. Spot on. He said spot on for him. Thank you. Good. I'm glad that made sense for you, Dexter. Yeah, so this arrow here, this is called the it's an interesting arrow, because it actually doesn't come up very often. It's the arrow of procrastination. So it's the opposite of determination. So you can procrastinate a little bit. All right. So what that means is that, that sometimes you don't get started on things. You kind of look for excuses before you begin things. And, it's the opposite of, so you need to work on becoming a bit more determined in your life to achieve your goals. If you let us know, Alexandria, which ones you want, then, oh no, you're in the UK anyway. So I'll get my UK supplier to be able to send them out to you. Just let us know which ones you want, and we can get them out to you. Yeah, no problem at all. Are you enjoying working with them? They're beautiful, aren't they? I've got all of them, I've got like 80, well, I've probably got 120 different dual colored oils. And then I've got about 60 essence sprays as well. I use them all the time. Anushka, you're interested in learning about color therapy? Well, I run a level 1 color therapy class online via Zoom. So we get a group of people from all around the world. That's coming up next month, I think, or later on this month. It's only 99 Australian dollars. So if you want me to send you a link, you can get your ticket for that. You'd have to check your times. If you can't make it to the live, then I can send it through to you as a video recording that I'll upload onto YouTube, and you can access that, and there's an ebook with it as well. If you want to learn the color mirrors, it's different. That's a practitioner course, so I've got that available as well. It is an investment, so if you want to learn, the amazing color mirrors, which, are absolutely beautiful. I mean, every color is different. They're all dual colored, or some of them have got the same colors above and below. But they that's an investment in you, in your kind of personal development, as well as giving you a certificate of achievement or a practitioner's certificate, so you can go on and help people with their emotional patterns, beliefs, behaviors, frozen emotions, and trauma as well. So that's what color therapy is good for. So if you want more information on that, I can send you information, a link to my website, and that gives you all the details and costs and stuff. But they are beautiful, yeah. Hey, Siobhan, I pronounced that right, didn't I? Because I used to work with a guy called Ben. I used to call him Ben Nug, and he said, Hayden, my name isn't Nug, it's So I bet you get that all the time as well, do you, Siobhan? You're so thrilled to finally catch a live. There you go. The bottles he's holding up, as well as mists and perfumes, are incredible. There you go. That's beautiful. Thanks for that recommendation, Alexandria. They are stunning. Yeah, no, they're beautiful. As I was saying before, like I was bathing in bottle 10 today. So I poured it into my bath, and I just had the most amazing soul recollections of my time during ancient Egypt, when I was actually I was a magician called Doric. I even got his name, and I was part of a pair, and she was called Eugenia. She betrayed me, so yeah, so it was quite interesting to sort of look at the root of that. Just a shortcut, yeah. Alexandria, the pink angel or the pink dragon. The pink angel is, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It smells almost like lemon sherbet. That's the best way I can describe it. It's so sweet. It's so intense as well. And of course, anything pink works on money and love. So it works on unconditional love towards self, but also because love and money are on the same vibration. When you use pink energy, it affects your levels of prosperity. It's insane. Yeah, they are. They're all beautiful. Hey, Seba, how are you? All right, but your last name is Nguyen. Okay. How are you, Seba? Whereabouts are you in the world? If you want me to have a look at yours, Siobhan, I'm more than happy to take a look and do some insights for you today. I know, that's what I was like, Alexandria. I just want them all. It took me a while to build up my whole collection, of course, because when I did my practitioner course, you start with 26 bottles. So you get 26 dual colored oil bottles, which contain all of the colors that you need to go through the color psychology and an analysis, and also the past life implications, etc. So you need to connect with the bottles before you start the course, and it's done over 6 months. So we connect up every 2 weeks via Zoom, so I can find out what's been going on for you as you progress through the colors. And so it's almost like a cathartic journey that your soul goes through, because it's aligned with lots of really interesting and profound spiritual principles. So you change as you go through it. So not only do you become a practitioner, but you also like go through like your own ascension journey fundamentally as well. And everybody's journey is different. Like I've taken probably about 20 women and men through it so far throughout the whole world, since I've become a teacher, and everybody's journey through the color mirrors is so different. It's incredible. Leave your date of birth then, Siobhan, and I'll have a look at yours. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, Seba. You're tuning in from Belgium. Beautiful. Which part of Belgium? Do you know what? I only ever went to Belgium once, and I was on a college trip, or when I was at university. I was on a film degree with the Kent Institute of Art and Design, and we got on a ferry across to Belgium, but nobody told us that we needed to take our passport with us, and I forgot my passport. So I got to Belgium and I had to turn around and go back. Unbelievable. I became a color therapist. Yeah, so I learned color therapy through the color mirrors. So my teacher was in Canada, and then I went over to South Africa to learn to be a color mirrors teacher. So I actually I learned from the woman who developed the system. She was channeled the information through for this system back in 2001. So I went to her home, her and her daughter Jilly. They create the remedies and ship them out globally. So she taught me how to teach the system. That was 2 years ago now. Yeah, and over that time, we've got a lot of people through the course already. It's been fantastic. I absolutely love teaching color mirrors. So yeah, so if you're, if you've got your own like wellness business and you're looking for a unique modality that's going to get people's attention, I teach numerology as well. So I teach color therapy and numerology because it is a numerology based color therapy system. So it all aligns, and that's how we can get such accurate insights for people, you see. So I basically teach people how to do what I'm doing. So I've got Seba, you're in Antwerp, and I've got yours as well. You finally decided to do so, Ram. Fantastic. Good. Excellent. And Alexandra says, wow, you mentioned that during the convention of healers. Yeah. And that intrigued me so much. I actually really want to get the bottle, but I couldn't remember what it was called. So it's number 10. That's right. Number 10. Yeah, number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Fantastic. But also another good one, if you've got that fear of betrayal, is the Trust Bottle, number 25. The Trust Bottle. That's very powerful for that too. That's all right, Kathleen. Okay, so I'm going to have a look now at. It was a short visit, Seba. I'll have a look at yours next, Seba. Okay, so Seba, you're the 29th of June, 1992. Okay, Seba, is that a male or female name, Seba? Male. Okay, Seba, what we can see here, okay, you have got what's called the arrow of the inquirer. So you can be a bit skeptical, of this kind of thing until you get your own proof. And then when you do, you become an avid convert. Okay, but you've got like an inquiring mind. That's kind of how it is. So any new concepts, you can be a bit like, oh, not sure. You've got a day number 11, but it's derived from a 29, and the 29 is a difficult vibration, and it's almost like the energy of the Olympic spiritual athlete. So your soul has chosen some quite difficult experiences for it to have swift evolution during this lifetime. So you might get a lot of shit thrown at you, it's like that type of thing. But you're actually, the 11 is a master number, and the 11 is very, very intuitive, very sensitive, sometimes quite psychic. In the color mirrors, it's this bottle here, which is very, very deep magenta over clear. That's called duality, bottle 11. So you are here to guide humanity forward into the new emerging golden age. You're very, you can pick up information. You do have to look at your dark and light sides to your personality. So you got to love your shadows as much as your light side. And so it's about illuminating the shadow on a day-to-day basis, forgiving yourself fundamentally as well. So that's your day number. So it is a challenging vibration for your day, which is your second biggest influence. You've got 3 9s. Now, the 9 is your wisdom, your idealism, and your sense of responsibility and wanting to help people. So you do want to be of service. You want to help people. You're very wise, very idealistic, though, as well. So what that means is that you can look at the world through rose-colored spectacles a little bit. You're creative as well. You've got a beautiful creative aspect to your personality when you're living positively. And you can worry or get anxiety when you're living negatively, or get quite self-sabotagey, a bit destructive. But the 6 is also about the home and the family, which are important to you as well. You're very sensitive too. You've got 2 2s. 2 is feminine. So that amplifies your sensitivity and intuition, of course. the 11 also magnifies that as well. So you've got this ability to sort of like connect with either animals, you're quite empathic, you know, you might connect with old people or children. You struggle to communicate how you feel because you've only got 1-1. So there's a verbal self expression restriction. Sometimes you don't know how you feel. You might prefer just to suppress it and hold it in rather than blurting it out. And then you've got a 9, 10, 9, 10, 19, 21, 27, 28, 29, 38, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're ruling 11 as well. So that duality bottle is very poignant or potent for you. All right, Seba. So you're a sensitive guy. You know, you are a guide. You know, you've got to guide humanity forward into the new emerging golden age. You're spiritually inclined. You know, it's almost like in a relationship, you've got to make sure that the other person stands in their own light and allows you to stand in your light as well. So no codependent relationships for you. You know, you like partnerships as long as the other person has found their power. What are you saying, Alexandria? That's so amazing. That's something I want to get into, get the time definitely, because it does work and it's so profound and unexplainable, but logical at the same time. Exactly. And you do amazing at teaching and connecting with the public and sharing your knowledge. You're so amazing. Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. You can tell that you love it and that you're passionate about it. It comes through. And how amazing you are. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you for saying that. I know we did a few sessions together, Alexandria, as well. Did you find them beneficial for helping you to be able to kind of let go of the things that were holding you back? How have you been since the sessions that we did via Zoom? Seba, so leave a few comments. Let me know. Siobhan, I'm going to do you next. I don't know if Tatiana's still here or not. I was going to do Tatiana. I was going to do your mum and sister, but if you have gone, because I know that we've been going for quite a while, make sure you come back in another time and I'll have a look at your mum and sister's charts then. So if you're watching this back, just come back in. There you go. So Seba says it deeply resonates. Thank you, sir. So the name of the color is duality. And how can I work with that? Okay. So I'll give you a little insight on how we work with the essences and the remedies. Okay. So just so you know. All right. So it's basically, this is a color therapy system that was channeled through a lady called Melissa Jolly in 2001. So it's been going for a long time all over the world. The remedies are dual colored oils. So each remedy is numbered. And what we do is they align with the numerology of our date of birth, as well as they can be used in a more of a less prescriptive way. You know, you just intuitively pick colors that you resonate with and bathe in them. So you pour the bottle, the contents of the bottle in the bath, okay, and then you allow your body to submerge in the color frequencies. And it's based around Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments with water. Whereas, you know, we know that when we channel love, divine love, into liquids, it changes the crystalline and the frequency of the remedy and changes the structure of the molecules. So they become like snowflakes. So water responds to love. If we channel hate into water or oil or anything liquid, they go all clumpy and horrible. So these are infused with Ho'oponopono, you know, which is like a Hawaiian prayer ritual, crystal frequencies, light, color frequencies. So they each one have their own keynote and frequency. So when we pour them in the bath, it changes the vibration of the bath. And when you put your body in it, because your body is 70% water, it goes into the cellular memory and it will find the pattern or the belief or the frozen emotion or the trauma or the lie that's stored within the cell, and it will replace it with the truth, which is divine love. So it's a very freeing experience. So pain, you can get pain relief. You know, you can feel like you've just evolved on some level, whether that's on emotionally or mentally. So they are profound. The essences, on the other hand, you know, like, for example, the blue angel, which is this beautiful blue frequency here. What you do is you just basically, you spray the remedies there. That one smells like germaline, you know, so blue is like, it's like the inside of a hospital. And it's really good for a verbal self-expression and finding the right words to be able to express yourself. It's also good for if you feel second best or not heard. But it's also can be used in a more practical way, the blue angel, like with insect bites. It's got like an antiseptic quality about it as well. So it's almost like a medicine cabinet but the remedies are in all different keynotes and frequencies, and the way you choose them is just by choosing intuitively. It's a self-diagnosis system. I don't tell you what you need. You discover what you need. They are a bit of an investment. I mean, the remedies themselves are 65 Australian dollars plus postage and packing, so depending where you are in the world. But we can supply if you're in England, or if you are in America or Europe, or Australia. So if you want to try them, then that's the best way to do it. Just let me know which bottle you want. You can go onto my website. I've got an online store, go through all of the colors that we've got available, and just sort of tune into them and see which ones that are most connecting with you. Hello, Sebastian. How are you? Sebastian Fucauna Falomelio. Yes, I can, Sebastian. Now that sounds, is that an Italian name? Or is that Eastern European? It's a really, really interesting name. But Siobhan, I haven't forgotten about you. Look, we've got 1111. Have you seen that? 1111, 1211 now. There you go. Okay, so Siobhan, 2nd of September 1994. The 2nd September. Remember the second, oh, it's November, not September. September, October, it's the 9th, 1994. Hey, Vicky Butler, how are you? Good to see you, Vicky. And whereabouts are you watching from today? 2 and 1. So this is Siobhan. I used to live with a girl called Siobhan, but it was actually it was written Siobhan or something like that. I could never actually write her name, but it was like Siobhan Bahan, Siobhan or something. It's another way to do it, isn't it? You've tatted 1111 on you a few days ago, did you? Whereabouts? Where did you put it, Sebastian? There you go. Being good with the energy, for some reason it brought up abuse of sexual, mental, emotional abuse. For some reason that was just coming out, and it was so uncomfortable. I'm sorry to hear that, but sometimes it's better out than in. You know what I mean, Alexandria? Oh, that's your birth spelling, Siobhan, is it? But I hate it. Yeah, I could never even spell it. I lived with her for ages, and it was just like, I can't spell this. This is crazy. It's an Irish name, isn't it, Kathleen? There you go. You know what it means, though, Sebastian, don't you? The 1111. It's the number of the ascension, because the 11 is the light bearer, bringing light down from the heaven to earth. Yeah, so it's like we live on a planet of duality, Earth, and so so the 11 is connected to that, but it's connected to the ascension. It's the ascension of mankind from fifth dimension to third dimension to fifth dimensional frequency. There you go. So Siba says, I believe in that. Amazing. I'll check your website. Thank you for your time and energy. No worries at all, Siba. Definitely feel free to get in contact. You can drop me an email through my website. There's loads of different places to be able to contact me, and I'll remember you, Siba. Okay. So you're Vietnamese and Irish background. It's too, exactly. You feel like me. It's too hard. Exactly. Okay. So your 9s are isolated, Siobhan. So what that means is, it's like you've got this huge desire to want to be of service and to help people. You're very ambitious. You're very, very wise and idealistic as well. Carry a great sense of responsibility. You can be a bit skeptical as well of anything that can't be scientifically proven until you get your own proof. Then you become an avid convert. So you've got to go through your own processes of investigation. We can also see that you struggle to communicate how you feel. You've got perfectly balanced sensitivity and intuition. You sometimes you feel like you're second best or not heard. You like to be in partnerships, but you are very sensitive. and you'd rather be the PA to the boss rather than the boss themselves. So you'd rather be the second in command. That's the choose. That's the feminine intuitive. You are quite practical as well. You like the material aspects of life and the physical aspects of life as well. And yeah, your ruling number is a 9, 10, 19, 23, 32, 33, 34. So you're ruling number 7. Now, the 7s like to explore the deeper meaning behind life. So for you, you'd make a very good spiritual teacher. The teachers that teach the things that they've learned through sacrifice a lot of the time. So 7 in the color mirrors system is this bottle here, which is called Neptune. It's pale turquoise over turquoise. Okay, that's number 7. So the 7 is about the subconscious mind. So you like to explore the deeper meaning behind life, but you have to learn through your own experiences. No one can tell you how to live your life. You've got to do it your own way. So, you know, it's almost like the illusions, mysteries, miracles, magic, and faith of life is very interesting to you. So the 7 really connects up with, you know, there's a lot of blue energy within your color, your soul colors here, with the 2, which is the moon, which is that sort of that desire for partnerships and peace and tranquility. And, you know, sometimes that's feeling second best or not heard. But then you've also got this connection to the turquoise energy. So when you put those 2 colors together, it really is like signifies difficult times coming to you know, going away. It's also about Atlantean energy. So your soul may have experienced lifetimes within 5th dimensional frequencies on civilization of Atlantis before it fell through the generations. So yeah, it's a very fascinating and interesting chart to look at, but definitely lots of depth within regards to you being a you know, you could be like a hypnotherapist, you could be a teacher, but you have to learn your own way. No one can let you live, no one can tell you how to live your life. So Alexandria says, I really was interested in the purity one, the clear one. I've been drawn to as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's called Unity. So that's G27, and it's diamond clear over diamond clear. And that helps us to align with unity consciousness. So that's the exact opposite of the 11 energy. So the 11 is duality. It's like the black and the white. This is Sebastian. This is the 11 in the color mirror system. So I'll tell you a little story about this bottle, because it looks like black over clear, doesn't it? But it's actually not. It's when you look at it closely, look, it's deep magenta, okay, over clear. Now, magenta in color therapy is the color of the soul. It's the color of divine love. And clear is the color of source consciousness, which is divine love. So it's only an illusion that they are separate, because they mean the same thing. So this is why we have to like learn in our lifetimes, when we connect to the 11 energy, to love our shadows as much as our light. Because when we go into judgment of it, that's when we, you know, we have to forgive ourselves and our creator who got us into this mess in the first place. There you go. So Siobhan says, yes, I just started taking tarot and astrology classes. Good, Siobhan. I'm so called to help other people. Fantastic. There you go. So Siobhan says, I'm so attracted to blues and aquas and also baby pinks. Yeah. You see, they are the starseed colors. So the baby blue, you know, the baby pink. If you think about like, you know, the starseed colors, that's what they are. So it's these kind of like blues and pinks and stuff like that. I don't know if you can get in the colors properly. So it looks like there's a bit of a green tinge. It might be reflected from my t-shirt. But yeah, they are the starseed colors. Sebastian, I haven't forgotten about you. So Siobhan, you know, let me know if you want me to create a report for you as well, which will identify where your soul came in from after it left source consciousness. And also it'll look at your living name, Siobhan, and you can choose how you want me to look at that, whether it's Siobhan, you know, your birth name, or the name that you like to go by now, which is, you know, spelt differently. And what we can get from that is your soul urge and your outer expression number. So like your soul urge is derived from the vowels within your living name, which express your deepest inner soul yearnings, and your outer expression is derived from the consonants, which is the way you're perceived by the outside world. So it's more like, you know, your conscious self and your subconscious self. We look at the peak years of maturity as well, which are really fascinating because we've got 4 of those, which are quite predictive about, you know, where we're going in our life. So each has 9 years and a numerical influence, which, you know, governs us during that period. It's like, for example, I'm in my 7 at the moment, and it came in about 3 years ago when I started teaching all that I've learned so far. And the 7 is the spiritual teacher. So they can kind of tell us what's coming up for us as well. All your color mirrors influences that are connected to your numerology are in the report as well, which is fantastic. They're so revealing with all their wisdom. And also you get your connections to your astrology and your tarot as well. Your tarot influences, how it all aligns up together. So it's almost like a roadmap of your life that you've got in this beautiful, you know, sort of handcrafted PDF report that you'll have with you for the rest of your life. There you go. So Alexandra said, yeah, I knew I had to feel it to release it. You do. Yeah, you have to feel it. So sometimes, you know, it's no pain, no gain. You know, that's what they say, don't they? So Seba said, I went to your website and I've been attracted to number 1, the sun. Can you tell me a bit more about it? Yeah, absolutely. So the sun is this bottle here. All right, I've got it just right by me there. So it's this bottle. All right. And the sun is yellow. You know, yellow is each color, right? And like numbers, they've got positive and negative influences. So yellow is as a positive joy. It's about ascension. You know, it's in order for us to ascend as a human race, we have to feel joy. But on the negative side of yellow, it's fear or confusion, because yellow is one of the 3 primary colors. You've got red, pushes away, blue, draws towards, and yellow, which sits in the middle of the 2, and it's kind of confused and it oscillates. So yellow is kind of like, it's good for people who are confused or depressed or feel sad, you know, that type of energy. So sometimes it's like depression that can come up, because the opposite color of yellow is violet, and violet is grief. So we give people yellow to help them feel more joy so they can start their ascension journey. Okay, so to move out of confusion so that they can align with feeling more joy. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But also the 1 is male, remember, as well. So it helps us, you know, sort of align with that. And new beginnings as well, because 1 is the start of a new cycle. There you go. So Siobhan says, I can't wait to explore with you. Fantastic. I'm really pleased that you're going to. You know, and the same applies to all of you watching today. You know, if you're interested in what I'm doing and you found it fascinating, you want to learn more, this is the best thing that I ever learned. It changed my life, because before that I used to work in IT recruitment for about 15 years and I hated it and I was getting so angry. And then when I learned what my sole purpose was through my numerology numbers, the 7, which is the spiritual teacher, and the 9, which is the healer, I realized where I'd been going wrong for so long. And I just got guided to work with color therapy. I was told, you know, sort of when I asked what am I supposed to do if I knew I couldn't fail, I was told you've got to work with color. And I didn't really know what it meant at first. I thought it meant that, you know, I had to become a painter. But, you know, I tried that. And like my paintings now are going down better than they did when I painted them. But it evolved and I got drawn to the color mirrors. So now I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Sebastian, what's your date of birth again? Okay, I'll see if I can scroll back up and have a look. Okay, so Sebastian, Mr. 1111. You're from Canada, are you, Vicky? Yeah. You have to leave your date of birth for me, please. Oh, there it is. So you're the 12th of the 6th, 95. The 12th of June, 1995. Are you all having fun, yeah? Is everybody getting something from this today? Are you all learning something about yourself? So you're a 9, 10, 19, 24, 32, 33. Ooh, a ruling 33, 6. Sebastian, you're a master number 33. Thank you, Vicky. I'm glad that you enjoy them, yeah? Oh, I'm so magical. That's very sweet, even though I've got a green sort of look about me today. Oh, it looks like there's smoke in the room, doesn't it? It's weird. Maybe there is. Da, da, da. Okay, so we've got the 33. Now, the 33 is it's in the colour mirror system. This bottle is pale pink over rose pink. It's called Love and Magic. So, you know, for you, you're far more suited to the arts, Sebastian, than you are the sciences. You're very creative. You have got a vivid imagination. Your memory is stimulated. You're quite analytical. It can be quite judgy and critical when you're living negatively. But you like to be sociable. You're fun-loving when you're living positively. You like to be involved in social or community-based projects. You've got far more important things to do with your life purpose than get a day job. You love the home and the family. You know, this is about you learning to love yourself unconditionally. And, you know, it's almost like the love that you desire on the outside world will come about when you learn to love the inside more, you know. So it's kind of like you have to go through that process of loving yourself unconditionally. So yeah, so that there's a lot of 3 energy. Remember, the 3 is connected to music, poetry, lyrics, publishing. There's a lot of pink energy and coral energy that comes up with you. I'll show you what your colors look like together side by side. So you've got the 6, because you're actually a ruling number 6, but we just kind of note that, you know, it derives from a 33. So you've got the pink and the coral energy together, the pink Venus bottle, which is this one here, and then the coral Jupiter bottle. So the difference between that's got a bit of yellow in it, a yellow fragment in there too. So coral and pink together. So you've got to make sure that you don't fall into the role of the victim, because the shadow pattern of the pink is, you know, it's kind of like the rescuer that ends up getting abused. So you become the victim, or the martyr, the victim and the martyr. And there can also be sometimes separation issues that come up, and particularly with mother, that can come in for you. There you go. Wow, I'm in construction, but I want to be a singer. You would be an amazing singer. You would. You'd be a brilliant singer. There you go. It's confirmation. Yeah. No, I just get the feeling that you've got a lovely raspy voice, a beautiful voice. And you've got the arrow of determination as well, which is a positive arrow within your chart, Sebastian. So what that means is that, you know, you've got great grit and determination, persistence to be able to achieve your goals and dreams in life. So use it. A lot of people who have that arrow don't use it. They kind of go, oh, you know, whatever. But use it, because it's there to help you. You know, your music could help humanity. You know, you've got the 9s, which is humanitarian, it's wisdom. So you're very wise. I'd say that you could write your own lyrics as well. And you feel things very intensely. So, you know, it's very creative and expressive, very intuitive and sensitive. And your communication skills are perfectly balanced. So you're a good talker as well as being a good listener. And you know how you feel. It's perfect for going into the world of communication. You know, you just got to make sure that you stop judging aspects of your life. What are you still judging about your life that isn't perfect? That's what I would say to you, Sebastian. And especially because you, with this 1111 connection thing as well, it's like, what aspects of your life are you still judging as not being perfect? Children of the Light, number 29 is stunning. What is the story behind that? And I love that one as well. You know, my husband's got that one, Seabar, on his bedside table. He's had it there for about 2 years now. But number 29, you know, 29 is that difficult vibration of grace under pressure, the Olympic spiritual athlete. But this is the evolved version of that, because the G bottles are the Gaia bottles, the evolution of the first 36. So you'll notice that the color mirrors go in 2 sections of 36 bottles. The first 36, obviously 36 is a magical number that was used in the construction of the pyramids. And but then the G's are like the new earth energies of those. So the children of the light is kind of like the vibration of the star children, you know, that came in with their DNA perfectly intact, already upgraded. So it's, you know, it's that sensitive, intuitive, star child kind of crystalline DNA sort of upgrade. So when you bathe in that, it's like a cosmic upgrade. It's beautiful. So author says, I'm learning a lot today. Thank you. What does it mean? And when you've got a repeating number in your birthday, it amplifies it, author. So if the number repeats itself, that's what it means. There you go. So Seba says, funny fact, my real name is also Sebastian and I'm a musician. There you go. It's like, what is it? I am Perseus, or I am, you know, when everyone stands up in that film and says, no, I am Spartacus. That was it. Spartacus. I am Sebastian. No, I am Sebastian. No, I am Sebastian. There you go. You got Sebastian 1111 man spot on. He's my fiance. Oh, wow. Haha. Happy we caught your live. Thank you, Hayden. Great. Brilliant. I'm really pleased that you're watching. Make sure you get your reports, guys, because you will absolutely love them. And I can't wait to do them for you as well. I really connected to this. You're amazing. Cannot wait to see more of you. Thanks, Sebastian. That's so great. Well, guys, I think that's it for today. I'm going to love you and leave you. I've still got some reports to get on with. And my husband's going to be coming home from work any second now. And I want to put the lights on and make sure I've turned the heating down a bit as well, because I ramped it up a little bit because I get cold, but he'll come in and he'll think it's like a sauna. So I need to turn that down, open the back door for a little bit, have myself a cup of tea and crack on with these reports. I'll love you and leave you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody. And I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to message me. Bye for now. Bye.